Welcome back, everybody. It's another episode of the Lumen Project. I'm your co-host, Chris Angel, here with your host, Jeff Bernheisel. Hello, Jeff.
Hello, hello.
Take it away, Jeff. We're, ta-
So
we're
today,
talking about
oh,
intention versus purpose.
yeah, so it was just to give everybody the background. I was going through this, weird, I want to call it weird thing over the last couple of days. We're just kind of getting deep in my head and kind of trying to figure out some of my intentions and goals and life stuff over the next quarter, what that looks like. And
Mm,
I was having this internal dialogue with myself of, I think for the last month or so, I've been getting sidetracked
mm,
with this project and with a bunch of other stuff in my life, a bunch of crazy ideas that I want to do. And what happened was I heard a quote from a friend, and he basically said, no billionaire ever got where he was
mm,
by chasing all of these things. They're very good at keeping
mm,
things very straight and intentional with their purpose
mm,
on one thing. They might have other sources of income and whatnot, but their one thing is what got them where they were.
mm,
And I was like, damn, that really kind of clicked with me, because at
mm.
that exact moment I was sitting there thinking, like, I was having anxiety, almost like an anxiety attack, because I was like, man, I need to be doing this, and I should be doing this, and I should be doing this.
Right.
And then when I read that, I was like, damn it, I need to not be doing that. I need to
Mm,
focus on
mm,
my thing, on my purpose, and I need
mm,
to be intentional, which then led me to the question. I'm like, are those the same things though? Is being intentional
mm.
and being purposeful the same? So that's what our topic is today,
Yeah.
is the idea of being intentional and being purposeful the same or not. And
Right.
I think, like I was just saying, I think a lot of people, and I would guess probably most people, think they are the same, and they are used interchangeably. I can say, hey, live your life on purpose, or live your
Sure.
life with intention. What is
Mm,
that
mm.
like to you? Are they the same or not?
Yeah. I mean, it kind of depends on how you use those words, because I feel like if you said, what is your purpose versus living your life on purpose, those feel a little different to me. To me, I feel like if I looked at just in my own life and I think my purpose feels like an outcome, or it feels like a body of work, like purpose is a what. And I think intention is maybe a how. Like I could do my purpose very sporadically and chaotically, or I could do my purpose very intentionally or focused. And that's how it feels to me anyway.
Yeah, and I think once I thought about it, I was like, all right, so to me, intentionally is like a mental state of being where I'm focused on that thing. And then the
Yeah.
purposefully is more of you said the how or the what,
Mm.
or the why. For me, like, why
Oh, sure. Yeah. Hmm.
I'm being intentional and I'm doing this.
Ah,
The
right. But
purpose,
why?
the purpose behind it is why.
Yeah, yeah, that's good.
Um,
Why are
and
you
I
being intentional? That would be purpose. Yeah,
Yeah. So that's kind of how I started
that's
looking
good.
at it that way. And I was like, all right, so they aren't necessarily the same.
Mm,
Um,
mm, mm-hmm.
the best way I could put that into, like, I don't know what you would call that, like, a how we use this on a daily basis, is intention is like how I'm driving the car,
Mm.
but the purpose is the journey that I'm on, or where I'm going, or
Yeah,
why I'm
right, right.
there.
That's good.
Um,
I like that.
yeah, but I mean, otherwise, and I'm trying to come up with the words for it here, but like, how I've been feeling over the last month, and then even the last maybe 2 months, has been giving me a lot of anxiety, because I've been so
Mm,
scattered, I guess you would
right.
say. It's like the job thing, and trying to figure out, oh, I want to do this. Like, I have all these interests and all these, like, I want to do the DJ thing. Like, I bought some DJ equipment. I want to get back into that again. Oh, it's always like, oh, I want to do this, and oh, I want to do that.
Yeah, right.
None of those things fit into my purpose. So I
Sure.
need to get very intentional about what I'm doing
Mm,
on things that do fit into my purpose.
sure.
And I mean, this group
Sure.
is it. That's what it comes down to. My purpose is to help more guys feel better about their purpose and their life and all of that stuff. So I need to be very intentional about the activities that lead me down that path,
Yeah.
and
I
ignore all the
think
other.
you could. I think you could say, I mean, some of the places that we go to work on in our lives in the Lumen Project, right, is your body, your relationship, your mindset, right, your business. I think as I've been planning out my next 5 quarters, like starting in October, I've been thinking about ways I can play in things, which may not be purpose. Like I wouldn't say that those are my purpose. I would, but I think there's a way that you can be intentional about DJing and it's
Mhm.
not your purpose.
Well,
But yeah,
you had a really good point of creativity versus structure, and I
yeah,
liked it
yeah.
because my when you were telling me like you're like some days I want to get super creative and go do these things, and then other days I have a lot of structure and I'm doing these things,
Mm-hmm.
and I that was kind of what led to this. I had to back up so I could do this, and you could see it. But for me, on any
I've,
given day, those two things are like this. Like
uh-huh.
I'm getting super creative and I have a little bit of structure, but I'm going back and forth. What I'm trying to get to is more of like a this,
Right,
like tightening that up so that I can be
right,
creative, I can have structure, but they're very much leading me down this path, straightening
yeah,
me down this path versus this
yeah,
crazy big
right,
huge swings. That was actually in a Gary Keller thing. You always bring up Gary Keller in one of his
yeah,
books or one of his
yeah,
talks. He
yeah.
talked about having these big swings
Mm-hmm.
in the real estate world.
Yep.
And we do it in our income, in our lead generation, and all of these things. You
Right.
can probably make that into anything you want, but he was like, life gets way better and your income gets way better when everything
Mm-hmm.
starts flowing like this.
Yeah. He's taught that different ways over the years. And one of the ways he used to say it, or I heard it was, if you think about like a plane on autopilot and you plug in the destination and it goes, but a plane on autopilot most of the time is off course and it's adjusting back. He's
Yeah.
like, if you give yourself now, put that in perspective of like a year, you say, give yourself, if you're doing check-ins or you're getting alignment, uh, once a year for your New Year's resolution, you're gonna be way off track.
Right.
Right? You'd be like 1 year to bring it back to the center is like not enough. But if you do it once a month, you've got 12 times to bring it back. But if you do it weekly, 52, and if you do it daily, you got 365 days to keep it tighter.
Yeah.
Which I always liked that because it was a good visual for me. Be like, it's okay to it's unrealistic to think you shouldn't DJ. Like you got some cool turntables, you should play those. But how my creativity will override my focus and I will go off in the weeds because I'm a big FU to structure until I'm like, oh crap, I'm too far in the weeds. I got to come back to structure because I got to get shit done. And then I'll do that for a while until I resent it. And then I'm in this, I can get stuck in this pattern of like, screw creativity, now screw structure. And I just need
Yeah.
to like tighten that up.
Yep, that's one of the reasons you mentioned earlier when we were talking about the spreadsheet that I made, and one of the reasons why there's 7 days in each week.
Yeah.
When I do the little for people that haven't seen this spreadsheet that I made, basically every
Mm-hmm.
day I set my daily tactics, and so every day I go in and put a 1 if I did it, or I leave it blank if I did not.
Mm-hmm.
The end result and the end goal is to have everything green, but I don't have just red and green. I have red, yellow, green. So
Sure.
I forget what the exact, but it's like if you get an 80% in the week,
Yeah.
it's like 5 out of 7 or whatever it is, you're
Mm.
still going to be in the green. And that leaves you 2 days to kind of like, oh shit, I didn't do it. Because you
Yeah.
don't have to do it every single day.
Right.
I
Right.
mean, if you did that, you're on a straight line. But if you have a couple days, it's okay to be like that. So,
Yeah.
but what you
Yeah.
don't want is yellows and then the reds, because that means you're not,
Uh,
you're not as often. So,
Dude, this is if I can just for a second dip our toe into the conversation of being a man for a minute, because I think one of the things that happens culturally is if you're a man, you suck it up, you hustle, you grind, and you can overdo the structure side of things and not spend enough time in the creative side of things. Because to be creative, depends on what kind of a man you are. But I think this is where um the historical conversations of masculinity have betrayed us a little bit in like that being a man means you hustle, you grind, you kill the buffalo. I think there's an opportunity to be a renaissance man. I think you could be, I think you can be in touch with your emotions and your creative side. I think you can be in touch with your focus and productive side. But I think a lot of guys burn out. I know I did, because I was trying so hard to focus and grind without giving that other side of myself room to breathe.
Yeah, I mean, I think I did the same thing, and I can say I didn't have rest days. I didn't take days to go relax my brain and do other shit.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah.
and you're right, it catches up with you, and it catches up with you really fast and in really bad ways,
Yeah.
health wise, usually down the road. So I
Yeah.
think there's nothing wrong with taking a mental health day here and there, or going and screwing off here and there. But
Sure.
as long as you don't do it often.
Or even just being creative about, I mean, I think that's the thing I'm starting to feel into and discover about this, this Lumen framework that we have for setting up your purpose and planning purpose. Like, that there is a way to be creative about it is not something, is not a way I've set goals in the past. What I've done in the past is pick a number that is the ultimate number. Let's use an income number. Here's my income in 5 quarters from now. Now work it backwards. How much do I need? And it's just one big damn to-do list. And there's nothing that inspires me about it. So my relationship to my goals is just one of hustle and grind. What I'm
Yeah,
doing
it's not
now with the
fun.
Lumen framework is I'm thinking, how do I make this fun for me? And I'm being creative in the space of productivity. So,
And that's part of
yeah.
the magic, right?
Yeah, I think I'm so grateful for this Lumen framework, because it's really led me to this rediscovering goals can be fun, and pull me there's a future pull, and it's
Yeah,
all, by the way, it's all done inside my purpose. I'm like, what's the purpose? And now I'm able to sort of structure my goals in a way that feels fun and
it's
creative.
it is way more rewarding
Yeah.
when you hit those end goals, or what you're calling them, the rites of passage. When you
Yeah.
get to those points, you're like, not only did I accomplish that, but I had fun doing it. Like, that's
Mm.
way fucking better than grinding every day and going like, God,
Yes.
I hit my goals, but I am so tired. Or
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
like, that's it. This is where the magic happens,
Yeah.
because we do make it fun. We make it, it's still challenging. You want to make it challenging, but when you have fun doing that, and then you still hit your goals, and then you see the results, and you're like, dude, I'm a better person for this.
Yeah.
Had fun doing it. Like, I'm gonna keep doing it over
Yeah.
and over and over. Like, that's the
I,
difference.
I haven't been this excited about, I don't know if I've ever been this excited about goals, which is kind of funny. I mean, there was a time, I think, when I was younger, where I was a good student and a good cheerleader, like for myself, like, I can set a big goal and double it. I was all about doing what was popular to do, but this is different. This is me feeling like I'm actually designing my life. People talk about designing your life, but now I'm actually doing it, and it feels pretty cool.
Living a life on purpose by
Yeah,
being
good. Right. Yeah. And then being intentional about how I design it. Right.
exactly.
Wow.
So that's it.
Wow.
I mean, that was our goal for the day, was to kind of bundle that up into a package.
That's a good
And
package. It's awesome. I love it.
so
Well, if you guys listening to this want to learn more about the Lumen framework and the Lumen project, when be a member or check out our events. We've got different events coming up starting in October. You can go to thelumenproject.com, thelumenproject.com. Check out the appropriate links and places you want to navigate there, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks, Jeff.
awesome. Take care.